All right, what's up with it, guys? Today we are reacting to the cult of NBA Youngboy, and I ain't gonna lie, bro. As a Louisiana native, I'm gonna be honest, it's definitely a cult. I don't think I've seen like an artist have the cult like fan base that Youngboy has had in a long time. And I think at least in our generation, the closest thing that I've ever seen to that would probably be X. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't know if this is like this everywhere, but as far as Louisiana, bruh, Young Boy has not only these kids, but these adults in a chokehold, bro. I remember because I think a lot of people have to realize Young Boy's run has been really long. I think at this point, Young Boy has probably been in the game at least 10 years to us. Cause I remember when, he was dropping like GG and 38 Baby and he was saying, "I'm just 17 with a whole lot of money." See, that's a OG right there. A lot of y'all don't remember that one. But I remember when these songs was coming out, and that took at least, the Louisiana, Baton Rouge, and surrounding areas by storm. You know what I mean? And I remember like when he first came out, bro, it would be kids who wanted to talk like him, walk like him. Everybody was 4K Trey after that. I ain't gonna lie, bro. He really took us all by storm. And what else? Oh yeah. And to tell y'all how he still has the adults in a chokehold. I'm 22 by the way, and me and my partners recently just drove to New Orleans. And on the way there, you know what I'm saying, I was playing on the aux, playing a few songs, and then one of my partners from the back, he was like, "Hey, say, put on that Slime Cry." I'm a good friend, so I'm like, "Yeah, what song you want to play?" He said, "Front to Back." And keep in mind, it's four of us in the car. Everybody agreed. Everybody just wanted to listen to the whole Slime Cry album the whole way to New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think like for any other artist they would ever even make such a suggestion or think such a suggestion like that is valid. But that really goes to show how much at least people from here love YoungBoy. And I think it's a beautiful thing. All props out to him. I wouldn't say I enjoy YoungBoy's music as much as I used to. And I think the main reason for that is because I've gotten a lot older, to be honest. But, he's still a great artist. I still listen to Slime Cry. Wasn't my favorite album? No, but I still really, really enjoyed it. But anyway, without further ado, because I've been overly yapping, let's get into this video. All right, and this video is by Jivo Draws. Let's leave him a like and let's start it up.
NBA Youngboy went through things most people don't survive. Surrounded by violence, abandoned by his parents, living in poverty, and before he was 18, he was facing the possibility of life in prison. And yet, he made it out. Not only that, he built the most loyal and most dedicated fan base hip-hop has ever seen, becoming the most certified rapper ever. He was blackballed from the music industry, spent years stuck on house arrest, and was always in the media.
Hey, the house arrest era of YoungBoy was literally undefeated. Me and my partners was just talking about this. You literally get songs like, it seemed like every other day you was getting random album drops. I remember one time during his like house arrest stint, he dropped an album like a month after the other album. I ain't gonna lie, bro. YoungBoy's house arrest phase is literally undefeated, bro. I think we got like 5 albums during that, which I mean, he was on house arrest for 5 years, but still the work ethic was crazy.
For the wrong reasons. The public opinion around him seems harsh. People say he's unstable and that understanding his mind is confusing. In a world of artists who can seem like outliers, no one.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Yeah, YB definitely might be unstable in some cases. We seen him go off. I don't know. Maybe he's just, a pretty emotional guy. But at the same time, he's definitely had some questionable moments.
Is like NBA Youngboy, and that might be exactly why people get so attached.
Fuck about none of that. You bitch ass niggas be hiding. We real headhunters, man. Come on, man. I see
Kentrell Deshaun Golden was born on October 20th, 1999 in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Not exactly a place known for.
That's why I was born, guys. I'm from BR2.
for opportunity. His father was sentenced to 55 years in prison for a robbery gone wrong when he was young. And after that, his mother wasn't consistently there either. He was raised by his grandmother, the one person who truly loved him. At 4 years old, he broke his neck while wrestling at home. He had to wear a halo brace screwed into his skull while his spine healed. The scars you can still see today. He was closest to his older brother, Pierre.
That's so unfortunate too, bro, because I ain't gonna lie, I feel like we've all like done the wrestling moves. I remember me and my cousins, we used to go out to the trampoline and do them, which is, I feel like 100 times more dangerous, but we used to be doing it all. Like, I'm talking about even jumping off the trampoline onto the grass, trying to do moonsaults and whatever the front flip one was too. So yeah, that wasn't planned when they said don't try this at home, because we got a lot of injuries about that too. So yeah, unless you want to have, you know, the 3 discs in your head like YB, bro, please don't do that.
When he was 7, he was holding a notebook of lyrics while telling his brother he wanted to become a rapper. Although it wasn't serious, he was just a little kid. What he mostly did was cut grass with his older brother for only $7 around their street to make some extra money. Eventually, as they got older,
$7. I mean, I guess, but I feel like, you feel me, when I was growing up, we at least asked for the 15, 20 ball. And I mean, I think YB only 4 years older than me, so yeah, that wasn't that different in time period. He should at least been getting 10, 15. Golly, businessman.
Wasn't enough. So stealing and break-ins replaced lawn work.
It don't matter if you in that setting or you out that setting. Ain't no hiding from gun violence. Ain't no hiding from violence, period. It's either jail or death, like literally.
Just trying to survive, which replaced their innocence.
And that's something I be trying to tell my young boys, you know, especially everybody from out here, bro. Like, if you really go down that path, you really try to, you know, gang bang and all that stuff, bro, it really only ends 2 ways. And I think, especially as I've gotten older, that's proven more and more to be true. Because I guess, you know, when you're young, you hear things like this and you're like, yeah, you know, that's what everybody says. But now it's so real, because even just, you know, knowing people who's passed away from doing things like this, or knowing people who literally will be in jail for the rest of their lives now, I promise you, any young kid who may be watching this, bro, that lifestyle, bro, it's not what you want, bro.
And that's when his grandmother passed. This changed everything for Contrell.
Well, my grandmother was my everything. That was my protection, my comfort.
Because in psychology, that's critical. When you grow up with abandonment and instability, that doesn't just go away. It can make you guarded, quick to react, quick to push people away before they can hurt you. And it can build anger. A lot of it.
No dumb rapping, bitch. No YouTube and none of that bitch ass shit. And don't speak on me. Fuck you on the time of me, my rap. Hey, you lucky I don't want to speak on that. Boy, you better stay in your place. These niggas hoes, man. Fucking sell, nigga.
Hey, I ain't trying to laugh, but y'all can't lie. Some of these moments was definitely funny. Especially like, what was that one where he was like, I ain't trying to hear none of that mental health stuff, boy. Nah, that moment was funny. Let's hear this.
The fucking nigga watching me fuck.
People waving around guns on an abandoned lot on Chippewa Street.
Hey, this used to be my favorite song by YB.
But it can also create a creative output. When his grandmother passed, he moved in with his half-brother Pierre and his mother Monique, whom he saw as a second mom.
Get mom's vet. I hustle so my sister will never ask a man.
Pierre's mother saw how serious they were and paid for their first studio session. YoungBoy began finding his sound. One of his earliest songs.
Man, just side note, bro. I love when parents are, you know, older adults like really believe in a kid's dream instead of telling them like, you know, don't do this, it'll never work. So for them to actually, you know, dive into his dreams, dive into his wishes, I think that's really dope. And I think that's something that every parent should do, bro. Don't automatically tell your kid that they can't do it. Sometimes that little push is all they need to make it a reality, bro.
For a reason, was uploaded to YouTube, rumored to have been recorded when he was only 11.
I'm about to say white gang. Yeah, nah, this was weight gain KG areas, man. Stop playing.
Around age 12, Kentrell was upset with the way his life was going. That's when Pierre told him, "Don't worry, we're never going to be broke again," which would later become his stage name after changing from his previous name, NBA Youngboy, due to copyright concerns from the National Basketball Association.
Are you still in school?
Nope.
Dropped out?
Yep. I got a dream to chase.
What grade did you drop out at?
9.
And what was the reasoning behind that?
I have a dream to chase.
Kentrell would drop out of the 9th grade, and music
I ain't gonna lie,
stopped being
bro.
a
YB
hobby,
looks so
and it became
different,
therapy
like,
for
when he first
Kentrell.
started
Pierre
popping to
became
it
his
now.
manager. He printed thousands of
it's 'cause he got
CDs and
older,
handed
though.
them around Baton Rouge. However, they were still living their life.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. W, brother. They be trying to say stuff about 3-3, especially like now, ever since that Ben situation happened. But 3-3 really one of the reasons like this it all started popping. Would your brother work 3 jobs and pass out your CDs all to support you, bro? And I think my brother let me, but I don't think he doing that, bro. I ain't gonna lie, W33.
Lives recklessly, and Kentrell was sent to a juvenile detention center for 6 months for a break-in. When he was locked up, he actually had a lot more time to write, and that's what he did. So when he finally got out, he immediately made and released a project with a fitting title, Life Before Fame. YoungBoy started releasing countless mixtapes, being inspired by Louisiana natives Boosie and Lil Wayne, with the way they used to flood the streets with their projects.
Hey, out of all these 3, well, y'all can't see Boosie, but out of all these 3, who the GOAT? I guess you had to put, like Kevin Gates and Fredo up there too. But I don't know if you could put YoungBoy over Wayne yet either, to be honest. But I think if I would have to guess in terms of like Louisiana artists, I think it probably had to be Wayne, YB, then Boosie. That's my personal list. Then probably Kevin, then Fredo. I think Kevin and Fredo could be interchangeable, but at the same time, I think the top 3 definitely got to be Wayne, YB, and then Boosie. And I wasn't there for like when Boosie was like popping for real, so I don't know if Boosie had the same hold on people as YB does now. But maybe they could be interchangeable too. But I just know personally from my generation, yeah, it's Wayne, YB, then Boosie. Let me back. All right.
Local buzz grew. Eventually, he caught the attention of local artists like Kevin Gates and Boosie himself. But he was still just a teenager, and his work ethic...
Oh, Webby. I forgot about Webby. Oh. I don't know if Webby goes above Gates. I think Gates has a bigger impact than Webby, because I feel like, I don't know though. Was Webby like nation worldwide? I don't know. But Kevin Gates and Webby probably about what it was too, to be honest.
Became his trademark. We haven't exactly seen someone his age release as much music as he did, which only made people more interested. Shifting the inner...
I ain't gonna lie, bro. This was such a golden time period, bro. That 2016 to, I probably say about 2017, 2018 era, bro. I really feel like, at least for my generation and my age group, bro, this was the golden generation of rap. And I think we can always point back to, like, this year as the year that really changed the whole dynamic of it. Like, when Uzi started popping, Kodak 21, I feel like that's when it all started, becoming different. A lot of people like to say, like, Migos, Chief Keef, which was a little earlier than me, and they could have some validity to that argument. But I just really feel like if you look at the artists who started and are still relevant now, it was really that 2016 to like 2017, 2018 class, bro.
and the new artists were breaking through. YoungBoy was building something different while being isolated from the new wave. In October, he drops 38 Baby, named after the street he grew up on, 38th Street, which was the first of many gold projects he'd end up dropping. Finally, the internet was paying attention. The buzz was growing. And people were thinking he was older because of the depth in his voice and the subject matter in his lyrics. But he was just 17. End up saving him his life.
Rapper NBA Youngboy has been arrested in Louisiana.
The following month, Kentrell was arrested on 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder, allegedly revenge for the killing of an NBA crew member. These were serious, real charges, facing the possibility of being tried as an adult. And now Kentrell is waiting on the final verdict from potentially disappearing forever. For any artist, that's it. Career over before it even starts. You had your opportunity and you let it go by going to prison. However, people get curious. So when the public heard about this, his music started spreading even more. People were infatuated with who NBA Youngboy really was. They wanted to learn more about his troubled mind. Is what they heard about him true? Is he innocent? Is he really just 17 with all of this happening? Kentrell was realizing he had another opportunity, so he took advantage of feeding his fans by dropping music behind bars from what he had. He sounded paranoid, frustrated, and vulnerable on these tracks, and he was uncertain if he was gonna make it out. And that torment made the fans even more interested.
Yeah, you know, I've heard that a lot, especially with people I've known down here that I talked about. A lot of people telling me they like YoungBoy because he sounds like a sad person who's actually making sad songs. And I think that that like being able to hear his pain through the music, I think that contributes a lot to the success of it.
Didn't know when it was going to end, so every drop felt urgent, like it might be the last one for a long time. They loved the idea of what YB was, and that's when the obsession really started.
And then that's another thing too. I think a lot of the people, at least down here, who I know who are big fans of YB, I feel like they're more attracted to the idea of YB more than the actual music. Because, I mean, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, even like my favorite artist, Kid Cudi, I think I like the idea of his music a lot of the time more than the music. But I feel like that's really what sets apart rappers or even artists from like the ones who just kind of get on, just have a good song, and the ones who really kind of like YB had his, you know, diehard fan base. When you able to get people to believe in you as a person more than just the music, that's when it really take off.
Eventually, he wasn't convicted of the original charges, but accepted a plea deal for a lesser charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, which landed him 3 years of active probation. But to him, it felt like freedom. He knew he got his second chance. So wasting no time, YoungBoy recorded and dropped his song Untouchable.
Dropped out of school to chase my dream. I had something for the pro.
I put my all into it. Bro, these
Left foot, right foot, 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 J1.
Has Kyrie texted you back?
I don't want to talk about it.
How was the math test?
Don't want to talk about it.
The lyrics contained a theme of ambition, to make it at all costs, telling his fans that he would not let up again. And that became a theme for his AI Youngboy project. Kentrell's dreams were finally coming true.
Personally, in my opinion, I feel like the best YB album is Top. You know, I actually have it on vinyl. I don't feel like getting it out of my, you know, packed thing. But Yeah, my favorite YB album of all time is Top. A lot of people say a lot of different things, but you know, and I think that's his only album that went #1. Which I mean, I don't think numbers, you know, necessarily mean what's the best, but it's definitely the most commercially, you know, accepted one.
The work ethic became noticeable. While most artists take years to build a catalog, he kept dropping projects. His mixtape buzz eventually led to a lucrative recording contract with Atlantic Records in 2017. He was becoming mainstream, but somehow still felt separate from the industry. By 2018, he released his debut album, Until Death Call My Name.
Bro, this bringing me back to freshman year of high school, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I guess it's still to this day, but these songs are inescapable, bro. And they was playing them over and over and over and over again. You pull up to school in the morning, this was all you heard all day, bro. I'm telling you, I don't know if it was like that everywhere else in the world, but in Louisiana, bro, I'm telling you, this was all you was hearing.
Were pleased with the debut album, but the true turning point for YoungBoy musically came with the release of his 2019 project, AI YoungBoy 2, a project that many of his fans consider a classic.
Bro, I remember when this came out, bro. This probably is the most overplayed song, at least where I was from, bro. I like how I was just telling y'all, you feel me? Like people would come up bumping them other songs when they came out. When this album came out, it seemed like Lonely Child was quite literally the only song I heard from this album, bro. Which I mean, no disrespect to Lonely Child, because Lonely Child's a great song, but it's like Jesus Christ, bro. Play something else.
He never slowed down. While signed to Atlantic, he dropped 22 projects in 5 years. His contract only required 5. The label was even struggling to keep up. That wasn't normal, and neither was what he was going to end up accomplishing.
And taken into custody, the 21-year-old, whose real name is Kentrell Golden.
As of now, he's the most certified rapper ever, holding 126 plaques to his name. Now,
I did not know that. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, of course, I think, you know, part of it is obviously because of his output of music, and I don't think any of these artists have come anywhere close. Like I said, bro dropped an album a month after he dropped another album. But regardless of that fact, bro, more than Drake, Kanye, Jay-Z, it's insane, bro. Not gonna lie.
Some people discredit YB. They'll say, well, he only accomplished this because of how much music he drops. But YoungBoy truly hasn't had a lot of mainstream help to acquire these accomplishments. Plus, he wasn't able to go on tour for years because of house arrest. And yet, his streams showed how big he was despite that. And he remained the most streamed rapper on YouTube for years. He did everything without any help. He hasn't relied on crossover hits to solidify his spot. And when he did eventually become a free man, his tour broke the record for the highest grossing tour from a debut headlining rapper, earning $70 million across 42 shows. Since the success of his tour, it really made me realize
I'm still mad at my partners. They know the story behind this, man. I was supposed to be at the Master Tour, but I wasn't there. If y'all wondering why I wasn't there, ask them. Still mad at y'all.
the scope of how big his audience actually is. That level of consistency without a large amount of promotion sounds impossible. He had no award show love, barely any promo from his label, a contract that YB didn't even like. And while he had some early cosigns, he clearly doesn't get enough compared to his competitors to accomplish this much. It feels like he was never supposed to make it in the first place. And that might be exactly why his fans are so obsessed. It creates this feeling like it's him and his fans against the world. It's the kind of loyalty where his fans feel like they owe it to him. A lot of them genuinely believe he's been blackballed from the music industry. He's criticized constantly for his
It's hard to say. I mean, I get why they do say that, because obviously, like you just said, no award show love, no main push. It seems like from anybody. I mean, at the same time though, if we being completely honest, YB low key did kind of bring that on himself. He would have had a song was called like F the Industry, which again I understand his frustrations, but at the same time, can we really say blackball? It's kind of hard to say it's blackball if you pulling in millions of views and #1 on YouTube. You feel me? Obviously, most certified artists in the in history. It's kind of hard to say that. Not gonna lie.
Voice, his delivery, for not being lyrical enough. But more than anything, he's judged for his character. He originally wanted the industry love, but after being so-called blackballed, he's called the industry out directly. He said that it's demonic and said he can't trust anyone. And from his perspective and what he went through, why would he? He's been isolated and kept in a close circle his whole life. So when he became a public figure, he had trouble ever adapting.
I have a lot of people that know me, I guess. I'm terrified of people. I am very scared of people.
Hey, I don't understand why YB be doing this like soft voice thing. I don't know if this like. I guess maybe he is a shy individual, but it's like I guess you see so many videos of him like just crashing out and stuff. You like who is this person? You feel what I'm saying? But I don't know. Maybe either one of him. Maybe, both versions of him is the real version of him at that time. But this always was so strange to me.
Like on my kids, I'm terrified of people. And I'm very shy. But I never knew why once I walk on the stage, I could get it done and leave. But I'm terrified of people.
That's like some Michael Jackson stuff.
People are cruel.
Maybe that's why they compare him to Michael Jackson.
You can't control ourselves.
His career has been filled with public feuds, legal troubles which resulted in prison time, serious accusations, and even being tied to a drug trafficking ring while on house arrest with his crew. And while not a crime, having 13 children with 10 different women is definitely an interesting decision, especially by the age of 26. He's not conventionally relatable. Maybe that's a good thing. His audience is mostly young adults. A lot of them do come from similar environments, having broken homes, anger issues, the feeling of being misunderstood. So when they hear a YoungBoy, they don't hear a superstar with no understanding. They hear someone surviving in real time, beating all the odds, because somehow, in ways thought impossible, YoungBoy made it out. And more importantly, he hasn't changed one bit from his beginning. Now, I remember around 2019, the backlash against YoungBoy peaked. The common critiques was that they thought he mumbled, that his voice was unbearable, that he wasn't lyrical, that his flows felt—
Hey, look. Like I told y'all, I like YB, bro, but I am tired of all my partners saying YB is lyrical. Look. There is levels to being lyrical, and like I told y'all before, bro, there is no way you are going to tell me that YB could, you feel me, compete with someone on the level of like Wayne, Dave East. And it's fine if you don't like that type of music, but let's not act like bro is lyrical, bro. He makes a different type of music, and he's great at doing that. But that I don't think that music is in that genre at all.
Apart mid-verse, and that he wasn't versatile. To outsiders, the hype doesn't make sense, but the constant harsh criticism really seemed to strengthen his fan base. Honestly, YoungBoy being the punching bag in hip-hop really seemed to piss off a lot of his fans. I truly do think this was the start of rage bait culture. Yes, online trolling has always been a thing, but I would say the whole idea of the rage bait term reaching the mainstream all started with YoungBoy. I saw so many accounts during—
I don't know about that. I don't know if YoungBoy started rage baiting. I wouldn't say that. I think that's a little far. But I will say one thing that did come from YB as far as rage baiting was that whole YB better thing. Because you would see YB better on stuff that was completely had nothing to do with YB at all. You know what I mean? So I can see you saying he started that. But race baiting as a whole, bro, race baiting has been going on since 08, 04. I feel like race baiting kind of like started with the internet.
Quarantine with YoungBoy's mugshot as their profile picture, spamming YB better under comment sections, especially Twitter. And yes, a lot of it was satire, but a lot of it was exaggerated because his fan base was known for being obsessive. So they really made it their personalities. Cause YoungBoy fans do truly know how obsessed they are with him. And they're gonna—
Man, I'll never forget when I was in high school, bro. I forgot which album it was that YB dropped. But it was this one dude in my school, and he made a YB Bible. And it was like, I don't know, I forgot what was on the front. It was like 38 tales, something like that. But it was really a YB Bible that he would really pray to, bro. Like, it get that deep. And I'm not exaggerating, I'm not making it up. I swear to God, like, really had a YB Bible. They get that serious over YB, bro.
Show their support when you discredit him. The only modern fan base that mirrors this kind of loyalty might be Taylor Swift's. Not because the music sounds alike, clearly not. But when people question the hype, the core fans double down. Casual listeners have looked at Taylor and YoungBoy's music as being bland and not understanding the point. They always think that there's much better artists in their respected genres, but their fans get it.
Nah, I ain't gonna say that though. As far as the genre that YB is in, I don't think there's nobody who do it better. I ain't gonna lie. That like gangsta emotional type of music, it's nobody who do it better than YB. If we being honest. Now Taylor Swift with the, the party girl, white girl anthems, I can name a few that I think do it, a little bit better than her. Personally, I'm more of a fan of Sabrina Carpenter than Taylor Swift. But at the same time, again, YB with this gangsta emotional music, ain't nobody coming close.
They don't really care if other people don't understand it, but yet they'll defend their artists if they need to, and that only brings their fan bases closer together.
So y'all, let's talk about NBA Youngboy for a second. What makes Youngboy be so loved by his fans? It's good for us to talk about stuff like this because you know how my fans act with me? And it feels more like a family, like camaraderie, and they don't play about me and I don't play about them.
She
and
does have a
try
pretty
to, figure it out.
deep fan base too.
What is it about NBA Youngboy?
I ain't gonna lie, I don't think it's as deep as it once was. Definitely ever since her political views came out. But there definitely was a time too where Nicki got mad love from everybody. We can't forget about it.
That was able to garner that level of hardcore, diehard, unwavering support without getting help from a lot of the mainstream outlets. So somebody said the more haters he get, the stronger their love gets. Kind of like us with you. Bingo.
And I want to make it clear that YoungBoy is not just this aggressive street rapper beefing with everyone.
Then that's when they stepping on your homie. I say stretch him, catch me murder walking, then I bang.
For everything he went through, it only makes sense on why some of his material is much more sad. He's talked many times before on how he didn't want to live past 18.
Sometimes you want to die though, so you don't feel nothing no more.
I don't think you really feel like that.
You gotta talk more.
A lot of—
I ain't gonna lie, mental health real. I don't know the awareness hotline off the top of my head, but if you feel like this, please go get help. Mental health is real. Remember that.
His music has depressive themes. Subjects like trust issues and paranoia, with other subjects including responsibility, ambition, and perseverance. Became more noticeable as him and his audience grew together. And when an artist is that expressive about their emotions caused by trauma, whether it's sadness or anger, people can relate to it, causing them to be attached to a figure like YoungBoy naturally. Now, is that really why people get so attached to YoungBoy? It could be part of it. Could it also be from the loyalty that he built? I mean, his fans saw him almost lose everything and somehow still made it on top. Sure, it could be the loyalty, royalty, but countless celebrities and rappers have had rough upbringings. A lot of them rap about what YB raps about, but few within the music industry become unavoidable. Some call it the it factor. It's the quality that when someone walks in a room or on screen, they get all the attention. It can be their charisma, mystery, confidence, uniqueness, and all-around star power. And while it may seem like a lot of celebrities have this, it's way less common than you think. It's the difference in execution and the ability to adapt that makes some celebrities fade away a bit.
Oh, okay. It said non-factor. I was about to say, Pose, you got the it factor? I don't know about that one. I think Don Toliver kind of got it too, though. I feel like there's a lot of diehard Don Toliver fans. I personally, before last year, I didn't know they existed. But yeah, bro, this dude going to my school. He's a diehard Don Toliver fan. I don't get it personally. I don't understand why, because I don't think he's that good. Just my opinion. But yeah, he has a lot of fans.
Eventually, while others stay here culturally. And when it comes to that factor, YoungBoy has it. But let's be honest, plenty of celebrities with that it factor come with controversies. Yet they stay relevant while others fade when pressure hits. YoungBoy stayed, even though clearly he's had a lot of controversies surrounding his name. NBA Youngboy isn't exactly a complete person. You could even argue he's a terrible role model. But despite the headlines of how the media wants you to perceive YB, that flawed character creates a mystery to understand him from an outside perspective. That's why his fan base is so diehard.
I always wanted to be a rapper. This was always my dream. I never had a plan B. This is what I was set on becoming. That's what it was.
And yes, you can credit his work ethic.
Can't be on top forever, you know?
You can credit his ambition.
There's always to be another artist.
You can credit his
But
accomplishments.
there'll never be another young boy. I will not be provoked. I will not be broken. And I'm not going back to where I used to be.
But some people just have something you can't manufacture.
Accept it or not, I ain't going back.
You might not like his music. You might not even like him as a person. But one thing is clear. Kentrell was always meant to be a star.
Hey, look. Shout out to Jivo Draws, bro. Did his thing. Look, if y'all enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Comment how you feel about YoungBoy. Do you think he's misunderstood? Do you think he's blackballed? All the things. And thank you for tuning in today.